Hello friends, welcome back to our YouTube channel DS Tech Mirror. Topic for today's video is how to create single page application in SPFX. We will start with a very basic question. What is a single page application? So single page application is nothing. It's a plain app that works inside a browser and this app does not require any kind of page reload during use. For example, you can consider a scenario where an app is having 4 pages. So when you can consider you are having a top navigation or a left navigation. So when you click on any link in the left navigation, it will take you to the landing page. But in case of single page application, all the links of the left navigation will get rendered on the same page without any page reload or any post back. So inside single page application, there will be no page reloading. It is just one page and all the content will be loaded on a single page. So there will be no page load, no extra time. So it is very efficient in terms of performance. So this is the very outline definition or a very high level definition of single page application. Now the important question comes is whether we can create a single page application using SPFX. Yes, the answer is we can create this SPA single page application in SPFX using React. So in the last two lines, I have highlighted few keywords which we will be using in our hands-on. One is this hash router and second is this to installation that we have to do using npm. So before coming to the hash router, let me try to explain you what is the key scenario in single page application. So as I said, again consider a scenario where you have 4 pages in your single page application. So now you cannot provide hyperlinks to your links in the left navigation so that they can take you to the landing pages because we have single page. So how we will make sure whenever we'll click on a link in the left navigation and your content gets rendered on the same page. So this we will achieve by using routing. So in case of SPFX, we will be having multiple components. For each component, we will render on a single page, and to achieve that, we will be using routing. And how we can use the routing? To use routing, we will be installing this npm install react router DOM, and this is the typing file to get the intelligence during our development. After we install this react router DOM, we will be getting this hash router, and using this hash router, we will define the routes of our different components in the SPFX web part, and with the help of that, we will render them on the same page. This would be the kind of basic structure of our routing module which we will implement just now in our hands-on, and we will see. So I will explain you during our hands-on. So now let's start with the hands-on. So before starting with the hands-on, let me show you what we are going to develop today. This is one web part called SPFX web part single page application. So over here you can see this left navigation. Now when I'm clicking on component 2, I'm getting this is component 2. So my component 2 is getting rendered without any post back, without any page reload. When I click on 3, this is component 3. So my component 2 is I can't see my component 2. Now my component 3 comes into picture, and again my component 4. So how I achieve this I have achieved by using hash router. So this is we are going to develop today. We will see in a how we can do the routing. We are not going to create any full-fledged single page application, but the logic, basic understanding of the single page application will remain the same when in case you have to develop any single page application. So I will close this and let's get started. I have already created the SPFX project using React. So I will directly open it my Visual Studio Code. If you are new to SPFX, I will recommend you to watch my SPFX tutorial, because if you are directly watching this video, you might face few confusions or doubts. So to have a better understanding, I will recommend you to watch my SPFX series. This is my SPFX web part. If I run the gulp command, let me run the gulp over here, open with PowerShell window. My gulp is ready and it is loading my web part inside my local workbench. Since I am not communicating with the SharePoint, so I can showcase my demo in the local workbench itself. In case if there is any interaction with the SharePoint, so I have to open that in the SharePoint workbench, as SharePoint context is not available in the local workbench. It is still processing. Once I see the reload message over here, then I can add my web part in the local workbench. I will wait for that reload message. This reload message is available. Now I will add my web part SPA, and you can see this is the plain web part which I have just created using the command u@microsoft/SharePoint. I have not done any customization yet. So let's start with the customization. As I told you, I will be loading 3-4 components on the same page. For that, what I will do, let's create a few components. Over here by default I am having component folder, and inside that I can see this default component, but I will be creating 3 more components. So first of all, let's create a folder. I will call it as comp1, for example, like component 1, then another folder component 2, and now I will create another folder because I want to place my components in a specific folder. So third will be component 3. Now what I will do, these are the components files which automatically got created when I created this SPFX web part. So to avoid any rewriting the code, what I will do, I will place this file as it is inside these folders and I will rename them. So now I will rename my component files, each and every file. I will name it as comp1.tsx. This I will name it as, this is the properties interface. I will say I comp1.props.ts, and this is the module file. I will rename it as comp1.module.css. This is the basic renaming. I don't want to pass any property, so I will remove it from here, and inside that I have to simply rename these things also, like I want to pass from, and inside this also I will rename it as I comp1 props. I will change here also and everywhere. This I don't want description, so I will remove it from here. So this is the basic component which I have created. All the renaming is done. And now what I will do, I will move to the second component, component 2. For that, what I will do, I will copy these 3 files and I will paste inside this component 2. And now what I have to do, I have to, renaming is a bit easy. Instead of 1, I will do 2. Inside this, again, I will change it to 2. Then comp1 dot, instead I will rename this file also comp2. It will take some time to build this component. So for now, I will stop the cursor from the background. So comp2 I have renamed, and here I will change my SCSS file. I component 2, everywhere I will change it. So I will be updating all the references wherever I am getting the error. So I will simply update the references. That's it. So this is also done, and in the same way you can create the component 3 also. Just copy these files and update the references. That's it. So after this, our basic structure would be ready. So guys, now my basic structure is ready for all the components. So what I will do, let me just update the headings, and I will create one more component called component 4. I will copy the entire folder and I will paste it. So guys, what I have done, I have simply created 4 components over here. To create this component, I copied these component files and pasted in these specific folders. After that, I simply renamed them, and based on that, I updated the references. So that's it till here. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to create one left navigation in my component file, component1.tsx file. For that, what I will do, I will use the Office UI Fabric control. I'll say import from Office UI Fabric React. Since I want to create a left navigation, I will use this control called navigation, which is available with our Office UI Fabric. After this, I will delete all the view which is coming by default in my component, and I will return this navigation. As soon as I add this navigation, I can see this error, and this error is saying property groups is missing in the type. Now I am going to add this groups. When I am adding the groups, it is saying it will not accept any non-empty expression. So what kind of value it will accept? For that, I will click on F12, and over here I can, in the definition file, I can see it will accept a value of type I navigation link group. So I will create value over here. I will say constant. I will create a constant. I'll say group of type I, and I will copy it from here, I navigation link group. This is done. This is an array. It is giving me an error because I have to add the references. I have added the reference now, and this is my array. Now I have to add value inside a group. So whenever I am going to add this value, again it is saying property links is missing in the type but required in the iNavigation link. So now I am going to add this links of type iNavigation link group. It is expecting a value of type link, so I'll say links, and if I say blank, so link will be of type iNavigation link. So link we have to add of type iNavigation link. So link again is of type iNavigation link and it's an array. So what I'll do, I'll add an array over here, and now my error is fixed. Now I will start adding value in this. I'll give a name to my navigation control. Name would be component1, and next value what I have to give is I have to give the URL, and URL for now I will keep it as blank, and here it's an object. I will put this parenthesis over here. In this I have added this, I am creating this group to assign to this navigation group control, and it is accepting a value of type iNavigation link group. So inside this I added the links. Name would be component1, URL will be, and for now I will keep it as blank. Now I have 3 components. Okay, so I will name it as component2, component3, component4, because in component1 we are creating left navigation. So this is fine, and just a basic mistake I have done. I have to copy inside the same link. This is links, and inside this I have to do. So 2, 3 and 4, component 4. So my links are ready, and now I will assign this group to my navigation control. So this is also fine. Now my component 1 is ready. I have created this left navigation. What I will do, this is my web part file. From here I am rendering this component called SPA, and inside this spa.txt I will remove everything for now, and I will render this component called component1. I will say component1, and I have to add the reference at the top. Quick fix. This is fine. Let's see what we can see in our screen. I will run gulp-serve. Meanwhile, what I will do, because we don't have to do much in component 3, 4, just to make some differentiation, I will say welcome to component 2. Rest of the things will remain the same, because as I said, in this I will teach you how you can handle the routing of your components to create single page application. Welcome to component 3, welcome to component 4. So with this all my components are ready. It just we have to see now how I will route all my components in a single page. For routing, what I will do, I will be using this spa.tsx file. In this I will do gulp-serve is running. This is SPA. I am getting this SPA web part. Now I can reload. It is reloading automatically, and you can see my left navigation is working. This is my left navigation control. In the left navigation, if I go, here is my left navigation. I created 3 links, component 2, 3, 4, and they are getting rendered. Now on click of component 2, my component 2 should get load, and similarly 3, 4. Now we will see how we can do that. If I go to my slide, I told you that for that we will be using hash router. To use the hash router, I have to install this React Router DOM. So let's install this now. I'll say npm install React Router DOM, and after that I will install the typing file. Installation is in progress. This is done. Now I will install the typing file. npm install @type/React Router DOM. After this we will use hash router, and we will do the routing as I have shown in this snapshot. Meanwhile, I will show you one more thing. Meanwhile, this installation is in progress. So let's say, what if I do one thing? This is my spa.tsx file. If I add all the other components also, this is component 1. Let me add other components also. First of all, I will add one parent element, and inside that I will add these components: component 2, component 3, and component 4, because then you will understand what I'm trying to achieve over here and what is the emphasis of the hash router. So now this is done. I have added all my components in a single page. Let's see, after this installation is finished, what I will do, I will again run the gulp serve and then I will show you how my single page application is looking. Typing file installation is completed. Now I will run the gulp serve again. Now I am loading all the components. Let's see how they will look. And you can see this is how my web part is looking like. This is my component 1, which is my left navigation. This is component 2, 3 and 4. Now what we have to achieve is whenever I click on component 2, component should be visible. On click of component 3 should be visible, and same for component 4. This we will do with the help of hash router. For that I have already installed my typing file as well as my React Router DOM. Now let's go to the code over here, and also I have placed it over in the PPT also. In case if you face confusion, you can refer this also, and for today hands-on also I will refer this. First of all, what I have to do is I have to use the hash router. I will remove this. Inside hash router, what I will do, inside hash router I will use stack, and inside stack I will use the stack component. So this is stack. Inside stack you will place the component which you want to see by default. For example, our left navigation component, which is component 1. This is component 1. This thing cannot find in stack. Again I have to include it. Office Web Fabric. This is also Office Web Fabric control. Now what I have to do, I want to place all my components. When I click on component 2, 3, 4 horizontally, for that I will say horizontal. This is horizontal. Now gulp serve is already running. First we will see how my component is looking. Now I've got the reload message, and now you can see I can see the left navigation component. Now what I have to achieve is inside stack I will use stack item, and now inside stack item what I will do, I will put one switch. I will tell you why I am using this switch, and inside switch I will use the route. React Router DOM. From React Router DOM I am using this switch, and inside this I am saying route. And now with the help of this route I will load my component. So what I will be doing is route, I will pass the path. Exact means whenever the exact path match, then only route this component, and then the component which it has to load. These 3 parameters I have to pass. So I will say path we will mention, then exact is true. Whenever there is an exact match, then only load this component, and then the component which it has to load, we have to pass it in the form of an arrow function like this, arrow, and then we have to pass this component. I'll say component 2. That's it. Now my component 2 will get load, but now I have to pass the path also. Over here you can see I have pass this path slash component 2. I will pass this path slash component 2. In the same path I have to give, if you remember, same path we have to give even our left navigation, which is my component 1. So over here I will pass all the paths slash component 2, and here slash component 3, and so on. So with the help of this routing we will load our component. So this is done. Now let's come back. This is one route. I will copy it and I will change it. Change the path. Component 3, component 4, here 3 and here 4. So this is done. So over here what I am saying is, what I am doing, I am using hash router. Inside hash router I am using this stack Office Web Fabric control. Inside this I am placing my component 1. Now I want on click of a link my component should get loaded. For that I am using this route. So what it is saying, whenever this path will get matched, this component will get load. If this path will get matched, this component will get load, and so on. So these things are clear why I am using route. Question comes why I am using this switch. So what it will do, when if there could be a scenario where multiple paths will get matched. So what my switch will do, it will return the first match on my screen. So that's why I am using the switch command. I think gulp service is running. So once I can see the reload message, then we will see. So reload message is fine. The web part is loading. If I click on component 2, I am getting an error, cannot get slash component 2. If I click on 3, again same error, slash component 2 is missing. Why it is missing, I'll tell you. So guys, we are using this hash router. So please, as the name is saying hash router, please don't forget to add this hash with your path. So whatever is your path, simply add this hash in the beginning. This is a prerequisite, and then our web part will work. Our page is getting reloaded. Now page is already reloaded. Now I will click on component 2 and you can see my component 2 is getting loaded. When I click on component 3 and when I click on component 4, so the only error over here now we are facing is only component 2 is getting loaded every time. So let's see what is the error. So the error is simple. Over here I copy pasted the path. That's why only single component is getting loaded. Gulp service completed. Now this is my web part. Let me refresh it again. This is my left navigation. I click on component 2. Component 2 is getting loaded. 3. Component 3 is getting loaded. 4. Component 4. So guys, this is how you can create a single page application. CSS, all these things you can work on. As I said in the beginning, we have not created any full-fledged single page application, but this is how you can create your single page application. In your component 2, you will be having some functionality which will get loaded. Component 3 and 4. In your scenario, you could be creating a top navigation or left navigation or any other scenario. Just make sure you pass your path with hash / your path, and then in the route just load your component based on the path. So guys, this is how we can create a single page application. So let me summarize it for you. What we have done to create a single page application in SPFX, we will be using hash router. To use the hash router, first of all, we have to install this npm install react router DOM and the typing file. For the hands-on, what I did is I created 4 extra components other than the one which comes whenever we create a new web part using React. So this is the component which created automatically. Other than that, I created these 4 components. 2, 3 and 4 are nothing. It just I am displaying a plain text message. This is component 2, 3 and 4. In component 1, what I am doing, I am creating a left navigation. I am using this navigation control, Office Web Fabric control called navigation. I added this. In this group's property is mandatory. So, and it will accept value of type I navigation link group. So when you will add it, it will ask you the links. In the links, just pass the name and the URL. The name could be anything. URL is, the key factor over here. Whatever the URL you will be passing over here, appended with hash, the same you should pass in your router. So once this is done, then you will load all your web part into a single page. So in our case, this is that component where we are loading everything. For loading, I am using hash router and stack. Stack is another Office Web Fabric control. Inside stack, I place my left navigation component 1, and then inside stack item, based on route, I am loading my component. So guys, with this, we have reached to an end of this video. If you like this video, please like, share and subscribe to the channel to get notification for our upcoming videos. If you have any doubts, you can reach out to us through YouTube comment section, or you can write us on our official email ID, that is contact@dstechmiller@gmail.com. We have created a group over Facebook called Modern SharePoint. You can join that group and we can collaborate over there. Also, you can follow me on Twitter to get all the updates from the Office 365 world. You can find my Twitter handle in the description box below. Thank you. Much love. Keep learning.